What's going on, people? What's going on? I'm gonna let these numbers build up. Good evening. Good evening. Wanted to chime in with some updates. Uh, some of the people from the pill bottle, as well as myself, have received some letters back, and I wanted to go over those things with you. Letters back from the Treasury, and I'm an open book. One thing about me is I'm one of those guys that they used to call me officer friendly because I was one of the good guys. I ain't gonna even much lie. I was one of the good officers, but don't it never get to that point. But just don't push me. All right. It was just one of those situations where if I had to do my job, I did my job and I did it really well. But most of the time I didn't want to because this is my community, and for me to try to enforce myself, force myself on a community, by being just an idiot and then knowing I have to come back to work in that same area, it was not good. So that's why I tried to be a good officer and help my community out the best way I can. But other than that, Black Pill Red here with some updates. There are several of us that've gotten a couple of letters back. There's a couple of things I wanted to point out. Now, I only scanned mine in, but I'm going to read the one that someone else got. But I scanned mine into the system. I had to black out a few things. That's why I'm late, because I went ahead and blacked it out, and I'm just actually getting back home. I had to run a couple of errands real quick. I was going to put an alert out to let you know that I was going to go live, but I have so much going on. Didn't me mute you. Stop. There you go. Just shooting out some alerts because a lot of people don't know how to subscribe. Anyway, yeah, well, I got a few things in the mail, a couple of things. Some stuff scanned in. I scanned in the system, and because it's there are several barcodes on here, and I blackened out a lot of the barcodes. And I wanted to point out a couple of things on these forms that that they actually put out. But I'm getting to that sec. Not anytime. Not yet. I'm gonna let these numbers build up just a little bit. Got 41 people in. If you don't mind, tap that like button if you don't mind. And I'm gonna tap. I want to address a couple of things. Okay. So I'm gonna wait about another 5 minutes, and before I address it. So I'm on eCam, so they don't have a featured chat feature information on here. So looking through it. Be busy. What's up, man? I see a lot of people on here, and actually I want to thank all of you guys who really for believing in me. But we're not going to give up on this one, okay? Because I know for a fact I'm in the right on this. So, but there's a few things I would like to address, but I'm going to wait a few minutes and try to let people get on. I'm gonna see if these numbers can get up just a little bit higher, because I know I don't have a big following, so which is cool, which is understandable, and got 69 people watching. Let me see on this. Yeah, 69 people watching, and Okay, 71 now. If you don't mind, hit that like button for me, because we have a mission to do, and come to find out that I have three. This way, usually three. And it's funny because if I was to do this, people say, oh, he's doing. No, it's because someone took the actual three number and basically made it bad. Okay. But I have three sources that works for the company that I'm about to discuss. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But, I recommend, and look, I also recommend that people, if you have the number, call it the number, Treasury Direct, call them and ask them questions. Call them good, because I want people to see that I'm not lying to you. Treasury Direct is not going to answer every question because half the employees don't know what's going on. They don't. Half the employees don't know what's going on, so they don't know how to answer it. But I have three people out there telling me that these things do exist. And I'm going to tell you why you probably won't get a reaction or an answer to the true nature of those bonds. Not yet. But we're not going to stop there. I have some updates, man. You ought to see this. Let me show y'all something. Now, this is my screen right here. You see how busy this thing is? I have all of these windows open because of all the research I do throughout the day. And I put them in folders and all of that stuff. So it's several folders that are actually open. And this is all I do throughout the day. And sometimes I don't. I should go live every day, to be honest with you, but most of the time I don't, because I'm so involved in research trying to find the truth. I want to dig as far as I can go to guarantee myself that I have the truth. And I don't want to put anything out there that's wrong for anybody else. I don't want to cuss it like that because my mother may be on it on this live again. But at the same time, I don't care if anybody think that I'm lying or anything like that, because it's not up to them. Sending out a couple of alerts, letting people know that I'm out. But I want to make sure that I put the truth out there now, and I want, and in my letter, it's going to show you what I said in the very beginning on how this is just an inquiry. All right, now. I got 87. Oh, okay. I got 113 watchmen. That's about normal for me. All right. So hold on just a sec. Now I never realized how much, how quick your mouth and throat dry up when you talk a lot like this, when you do this. All right. And one of the things, the pet peeves I have, I mean, it drives me crazy because I sniffle, right? And that's only because I'm beneath the fan and I get hot. So, but when I get hot, I have to turn this fan on, right? And under the fan, it forces me to get congested, right? So I'm like battling between both. So please forgive me. It's crazy on how this live stuff works, but I'm fascinated with it. I love it. I love you guys, and I appreciate what you do. But we're gonna make some magic happen. We are going to make magic happen. All right, according to my stream deck, okay, hold on. There's a couple of people, someone in my live now. I forgot what her name was on the chat, but I'm not going to give her real name. She just bought herself a stream deck and equipment so she can start going live. And just let me know, and you can call me and I can walk you through some of the stuff that's in here. Now, again, starting Monday, I already have a show lined up. The first person that's going to get featured this Monday is going to be Adwana Intuitive Healing. All right, now we're going to talk about that Monday. All right, that's Monday. I'm going to feature her account Monday. So if you have a business, hit me up. Also, I'm going to be looking through Instagram and all that, because I'm going to do my best. And trust me, if I hadn't answered any of your questions on Instagram, I'm getting to it. Trust me, I am. I have so many questions that I try to answer. People are actually sending me videos, and I watch everything. That's the reason why I probably have bags under my eyes, because I'm always looking and watching videos and all that other stuff. So just bear with me, guys, please. 146, that's pretty good. That's good enough. But bear with me. I'm trying to answer everyone's question, because I believe, and hopefully I won't cry saying this, but I believe God, this is what I was supposed to do. This little spot right here. I don't know how long this is going to last, but I believe this is what I was supposed to do. This is what I'm here for. All right. And just to pass on a nugget, knowing that this can only last temporarily. I know that this can last temporary, and hopefully I can steer the right person in the right direction. And I think that is what I was supposed to do. All right. So just bear with me. I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying to catch up, because when God blesses you, it causes an overflow, and you just have to be prepared for it. And I thought I was prepared, but for those of you in the military, they used to come through, drill sergeant and all that would ask you if you are ready for inspection or prepared for inspection. All right, you better say you're prepared. You never say you're ready, because if you're ready, they expect not to find something wrong. But if you're prepared, that means that they're going to give you one or two things wrong. All right, my sister's in there. The sister's here. Hey, Shell, what's going on? Is Mom on here too? And yeah, just I was prepared, but I wasn't ready, and I knew it was going to happen. All right. So just bear with me. I'm doing my best to answer everyone's questions in this, and trust me, and trust that this thing is real. The bond stuff is real. Okay. But it's just, what it is that we are all trying to crack the code. Okay. There is a code that has to be cracked, but the past leadership is not going to tell you that code. That is why I keep trying to let everyone know, be patient. Be patient, because the people that we have that's sacrificing everything, that's doing this, we've been submitting, resubmitting, and resubmitting. We're trying to get the paperwork right, so that everyone, once we finally put out a final copy, it's going to be, do this. All right. It's going to say, do this, do it exactly like this. But all right, now that this pause, let me get into some things in here that I wanted to talk about. Give me a sec. Let me open it up. Where did I put this in here? God, that was supposed to go in that other folder. Okay, here are 3 things that I want to chat about real quick. Didn't open up. There it is. Okay. You know me. First, I'm going to go with a little bit of news updates before I get into the actual meat of the show. Okay. I got a 173, which is pretty cool, which is really cool. I am blessed to know you guys, and trust me, you will be blessed to know me. All right. And I told someone the other day, I am greedy for blessings. So if you're praying for me, I'm greedy for them. I am greedy when it comes to blessing me. So I'm going to bless me. And just like I said, I'm going to bless you. I'm a giver. I've always been a giver. My family would tell you that. I've always been a giver. I love doing for everyone else. I've given my life in the military. I've given my life in the police department because of the fact that I have praying people around me who knows my heart. That's why I'm here today. All right. After 25 years, they know I'm here. They know they not know they're not here. I'm here because of them. My mother, father, everything. JD, what's going on, man? This is my brother from another mother, John Dowling. Yeah. That is, man, we brainstorm every day for about a good hour, 2 hours. And you guys are running John ragged. And see, John don't look. My patience is different because I carry a gun for a living. All right, John carry a piano keyboard for a living, so we have different levels of patience. Man, I love that dude to death. Okay, all right. Now, one thing I wanted to point out was this, and this is something that I thought was strange because I want to point something out, and you guys are going to find it strange also. But watch this. Let me show you something. All right. Now, this right here is the proclamation for the National Day of Prayer. Now, on this, I actually think that, after reading what I read, I believe that Biden broke the law when the way he issued it. But I'm not going to get into that because I don't know the actual law of it to actually give it to you. But check this out. In this proclamation, all right, let's start from the top. It says a proclamation on National Day of Prayer. And it says right here, and look, everything I got highlighted was his bullet points, everything that they wanted him to talk about. Racial injustice, child labor, rights of disabled Americans, the First Amendment and the Constitution is protected by freedom of speech. Basically, they're trying to take the freedom of speech also. Anyway it goes, they took that. I want you to read over it. And you know what? Let's just read this whole thing real quick. And I'm going to do my best to read it. Trust me, I may stumble over it because dyslexia will kick in on you. And I'm sorry. Okay. It says throughout, I'm going to read my screen over here because the letters are bigger. What y'all see is something different. So if I'm looking this way, I have a different screen right here in front of me. And one day I'm going to show y'all some behind the scenes because I want everyone. If you have a show, you have a voice, put it out there, and we can all share and expand each other's shows. That's why I plan on doing Money Mondays. And I want to, if you have businesses and stuff like that, we're going to feature your businesses on Monday. So that's what I want to do. But anyway, if you see me look over here, it's because I have another screen over here. Okay. So, but in the screen, the letters are bigger. Okay. My site, as you get older, let me tell you something, I'm 51. And when you make it to 51, I pray that your site is way better than mine because it's like for the past 3 years, my site has been diminishing. Okay. But other than that, anyway, it says throughout our history, Americans of many religions and belief systems have turned to prayer for strength, hope, and guidance. Prayer has nourished countless souls and powered moral movements, including essential fights against racial injustice, child labor, and infringements on the rights of disabled Americans. Nothing has infringed on the rights of disabled Americans. What it is that they set up the system where Military soldiers are not getting taken care of. I'm one of them because I originally hurt my back in the military, and right now I'm arguing with them, trying to get them to take care of me. Anyway, the First Amendment to our Constitution protects the rights of speech, the rights of free speech and religious liberty, including the rights of all Americans to pray. If that was the case, they would have never closed the churches. When this pandemic started, they closed the churches. Anyway, these freedoms have helped us to create and sustain a nation of remarkable religions, vitality, and diversity across the generations. Today, we remember and celebrate the role that the healing balm of prayer can play in our life. You know what? I can't even read this, dude. I don't even want to read this, but I'm going to let you scan over it while I talk to you. And I'm going to make just one thing. There is one thing about this entire proclamation that's going to shock you. All right? There's one thing. But I'm going to let you scan over it. I want everyone to scan over it. Let me make it a little bit bigger so everyone can scan over it. Scan over it. I'm going to scroll up just a second and let you just scan over it. I want you to scan over it. And there's one word that's actually not mentioned in this proclamation. Now, I want you to look for it, okay? There's 2 pages to this. Now, this was put out by Ronald Reagan. Actually, was the first president. No, actually, I think it goes back farther than this. So this proclamation was done a while because the last administration did the same thing, right? The way that they did it, but I think this administration did it incorrectly. I don't know how they did it, but I think they did, and I'm still trying to research that. So bear with me. But if anyone is paying attention to what's really going on, you would know, you would realize that we've been schooled in the Constitution for the past two deltas. I'm gonna say deltas, which basically is the past 2 years. All right. Now, I know. Let me know if you guys know what the word delta means, and I explain it to you what it means when we use the word delta. Exactly. Hold up. Somebody hit it. Somebody hit it right on the head. Who is this? Nola girl. Nola girl hit it right smack dead on the head. You stole my thunder. Look, and this is just the first page, but I hadn't even made it to the second page yet. Oh, I'm sorry. Jazzy did it too. Jazzy, I'm sorry. Like I said, let me go back and look because I'm terrible when it comes to reading the chat. Okay. I'm not like my predecessor, Amina. She can read the chat and keep on going. That girl can work wonders. Okay. Yeah, she can work wonders. She know how to do both of them at the same time. She's ambidextrous when it comes to this. But And see, there's Dewana right there. Dewana, y'all go ahead and give her a like if you can. Jump on YouTube, give her a like. Join and subscribe to her page. We're going to be featuring her Monday. And she works with the numbers. My God, she does some amazing stuff with the numbers. Okay. But yeah, she's one of those where, the numbers is pretty much a universal language. It's not just universal. When I say universal language, it's universal language. That means numbers are a planetary language. This is something that's going on throughout the world, the globe, the universe, all universes. Number is the common language, the common denominator, and she mastered it. All right. So if you can, give her a like. We're going to be featuring her Monday. It'll be around this time, about between 6-ish or 7-ish, around that time, because I'm trying to feel a good time where the East Coast and the West Coast, because I want my guy John to be on there, and if he's not busy or tied up, I'm trying to bring him in on all of this as well. This is my partner, so I got to bring him in, and I'm trying to blend somewhere in the middle where a good time would be for the East Coast and the West Coast, because I'm one of those in the flyover states. Now, if you heard the quote flyover state, that means they fly over from the East Coast to the West Coast to get there, and they fly over us. All right, so just bear with me. But anyway, I go, yes, that is it. Now, let me show you Donald Trump's, and I said his name, and I wasn't trying to say his name, but it slipped out that time. Let me show you Donald Trump's version of the proclamation. Now, this is his, and it was a one page proclamation, and everything I have highlighted has gone in it. Now, look at all the highlights in this. In this proclamation, you know what? I never counted how many times it says it. I didn't count how many times I said it, but we're going to count it together. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least 10 times. It's either 10 or 11 times. Oh, I didn't include Lord. Lord is down here also. It's basically pertaining to God. This is who he's praying to on a national day of prayer. This is who he's praying to, the National Day of Prayer. But the other guy didn't mention God one time. Now, this video may get either taken down, or they may say it's hate speech and won't monetize it, which I'm not expecting any monetization, because of the fact that I'm doing this from the bottom of my heart. I don't care. All right. And same thing with the other videos. Now, the one I released earlier today is not going to be monetized. I already received word that it's not, and which is fine with me, because I wanted to put out the fact that a guy referenced. And you know what? I'm thinking it was a black person. I'm like, it was a person of color, and I'm doing my best to get away from that word black person. Anyway, I believe it was someone of color. He referenced them as buckwheat. Yeah. And if you saw the video I just released, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I just screwed up my camera just hitting this button. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I hit the button and messed up my Zoom. But yeah, if you watch the video I just released, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to tell you because I want you to go and click on it. But yeah, just make sure you guys click on, watch it. The person who sent me her information, she just texted me, but I'm going to read hers. I'm not going to read her information. No, she didn't give me hers, but she got equipment to start going live. So just let me know, and I'll help you set it up and walk you through it. And there are some YouTube channels that actually walk you through it, and we all can be podcasters, because we are the news. We are the news. I think Kanita's somewhere in here. I think Kanita, she Duana also does 7K metal. So one day I'm going to feature do a 7K metal spot where both of you guys can be on here. And those of you who have joined 7K metal, I'll bring everyone on, and you can tell me your experience of 7K metal. I'm trying to scan through and the chats and see if I can answer a question or two. Anyway, yeah, that is it on the on this part right here. I need to get off of this because it's going to piss me off even more. Not once did he mention God in the National Proclamation of Prayer. So who are you praying to? That's what I want to know. I want to know who you're praying to. But you know what? I didn't even do my intro. I didn't do my intro. All right, let me back up and go back and do my intro, y'all. I bet I got so motivated to get in here and tell y'all this information, I didn't even do my intro. So let me go ahead and jump this intro. Okay. Now we're finna get started with the show. All right. Let me open up a couple of screens while you guys chat. I was debating if I wanted to jump into the movie. And for those of you who follow me and follow Amina know, when we talk about the movie, we're talking about the movie. What's really going on behind the scenes. And this is one of the things that I wanted to point out that I came across today. Now, this is reported from the Washington Post. Now, I want you guys to read the headline. I'm not going to read it because I don't want the bots to pick up on the actual words they have locked in. So I want you guys to read this. What does it say? Now, this is what the Washington Post put out there. Now, it's two, words do have power. So, yeah. But this is what they put out. Now, are they putting this out to try to start a civil war, or they put this out because this is reality? Things are about to happen this week. I believe some information is about to post. Now, be on your guard. Now, my mother, if she's on here, she don't like Trump. But the thing about it is, people don't understand. You have been conditioned not to like that person. I know it's hard. I know that light worker, what's going on there, Mr. Helton? What's going on? I follow your chat also. I watch your shows too, man. So I appreciate you coming over. You have been conditioned. If y'all haven't joined light worker, Mr. Von Helton, y'all go there and join him, check him out. He puts out some really good information as well. And he's going through hell over there because they are really doing a number on him. Because if I'm right, they stopped his food card that they have. I don't know where you are. Down here, we call it a Lone Star card. But they cut off his food and all of that. So, and if I'm correct, I think he's disabled, if I'm right. I don't know. Let me know if I'm wrong or right, Mr. Von Helton. And check him out. And like I said, I believe this is probably the only way that he actually does get an income in, but they probably demonetized him on that too. So trust me, they are doing something. Now, one reason why I haven't really been going live as much as I want to is because of like today. Now, the video I put out today, I put it out kind of late. Why? Because if you're familiar with Apple, you know that you can do an airdrop. The AirDrop, I can send it from my phone to my computer instantly without, because normally it'll sync up, but I can send it instantly. That way I can go ahead and format and put everything in there. My computer is not communicating with my phone anymore. It's no longer doing that. I've reset everything, and each time that I try to send something, and I check the Bluetooth and everything, it'll disconnect my phone each time. I've tried doing it. I've called the service. I've called Apple, and each time they say, well, you might have to get an upgrade. You might have to upgrade your phone and all this other stuff. No, I'm not going to upgrade my phone. I know what's going on. So look, see, he's not monetized. So they're already doing him, and I know they're probably going to do me as well. I know that. I know it's already happening. So, but DJ, what's going on? I'm gonna do my best to go through and speak to everyone. All right, let me go to this next slide. Let me show the people who just logged in. This is what's been posted on this particular newspaper. All right. Now, a lot of people don't realize that they have been conditioned not to like this guy. When I say conditioned, the thing is called, well, I don't want to call. I know there's an M in that, and then if you keep going, there's a K in that, and if you keep going, there's an ultra in that. All right. So, and a lot of people don't know that they're actually been conditioned or to think the way they're thinking. And it's all because of the television. Now, I turn my TV on probably once every 4 or 5 days. And that's only because I need to break away from this stuff. Because this is where I fall asleep at. This is where I wake up at. This is where I am constantly doing information here. Because I believe that this is what I'm supposed to do. D Chicago, what's going on? Copper Goddess, hey. All right, let me go to this next slide. Now, one of the things I want to show you guys is this, and this is a major distraction. I really do, and I have several videos of this. But let me start. I'm not going to show you any videos yet, but I'm going to start with this first. Now, as far as I can, like I said, I could be wrong. As far as I know, I think only 2 people, I think it's between 2 and 10, somewhere around there, of the articles I read. There have been several buildings to be damaged, but one of the articles I read so far is only 2 people. Now, these are all the missile attacks in Tel Aviv. They've had missile attacks in Tel Aviv. Now, if you remember correctly, a certain letter, 18 minus 1, 16 plus 1, he said in one of his drops, we're going to save Israel for last. This is Tel Aviv. All right. So it's that's one thing that I've been keeping up with, because there are a lot of distractions going on there. They're using this as a distraction for what's really about to happen this week in Maricopa County. But here's something right here. Check this out.
מה הנה? סתם את נותנת
לא, זה נעלם בשמיים.
באמת, אני ראיתי, אביב.
Isn't it ironic that they had the camera pointing in the right direction?
אני מצלם, הנה, יואו!
ראית איך הוא נעלם? הנה!
אזעקה, רוצו! יואו, כמה טילים! זה בא לפה, אני לא מאמין! יואו! הכיפת ברזל! יואו! אי אפשר, אני לא יכול, אני חייב לצלם את זה.
Now, this is the missile defense system picking up missiles coming in. Okay?
מה?
But that's not the only one. Watch this. This is doing a live news broadcast. They were setting up, and they were preparing to go live. And check this out. Yeah, I'm there.
הנה זה מעט אלינו, זה בא אלינו עכשיו.
וואו.
הנה ראיתם את שני השיגורים.
שני השיגורים,
ראיתם
כן.
את שני השיגורים. מטח רציני מאוד. מטח רציני מאוד, דני. מטח רציני מאוד כאן מעלינו. ממש כאשר אתם מדברים איתנו, תמר. כן, כן, אנחנו כאן השתתפנו כאן בשדה הזה. אתם רואים כאן מטח מאוד מאוד כבד לעבר אשקלון, כאשר שוב ושוב ושוב הלוחמות והלוחמים של...
Yeah, that's what's going on there. And I have more videos. I have more. Don't think that it's done. I have some better than this. Let me see. Let's see which one will be better. They actually have a fire raging. They hit one of the oil tanks that's there.
זהו, איבדנו שליטה. איבדנו שליטה מוחלטת, לא עוזר. לא עוזר, הכל התחמם. בלגן, בלגן, בלגן. לא לעלות סרטונים.
Now, one thing I want folks to pay attention to is the fact that the leader of this free world here is doing his best to push us, to force us into war by doing this. And these are countries here that are reluctant about going through that older financial system. Reserve Bank, Federal Reserve Bank. All right, so they refuse to do that. But here's one more video before I get off of this. I have one more video I want to do. What time is it? 7:13. Yeah, it's been about an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the bond stuff, and then I'm gonna leave all the rest of the stuff for videos that I'll be making later on. All right, and here's one more.
الله أكبر الله أكبر عتل بيب هدول عتل بيب الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر يا أولاد الكلب الله أكبر على تل أبيب على تل أبيب لهلقيت الرشقات لهلقيت الله أكبر الله أكبر.
Now, what you guys are seeing is the missile defense system picking up missiles coming in, and the defense system is actually picking them up, and they're shooting down missiles that's coming this way, that's coming that way. So, yeah, that's what you're seeing. And if I'm correct, like I said, I could be 100% wrong because I've been doing a little bit of research, and I think I've seen just 2 deaths so far, 2 deaths, and it could be more. But out of all of that you've seen, and I still have several videos that you guys haven't seen yet, and out of that, 2 people have been, were killed. Okay, where is let me go ahead and open up this file real quick. Thought I had it open already. Guess I don't. Yeah, there it is. Okay, here it is. Yeah, my goal is not to keep you guys on here for over 2, 3, 4 hours or anything like that. I know everyone has lives they want to get to. Ooh, look at that. I got 2 thumbs down. I'm doing something good. So if stepping on your toes, move your feet. Let me give a few shout outs. Miss J. Martin, how you doing? Tom Ford, I wouldn't mind having one of his suits. Even though, like I said, that world and all that other stuff is not, Yeah, and I only watch OAN too. I do. I only watch OAN, but a lot of this come off like Al Jazeera or something like that. And you have to understand that a lot of stuff out there is to mislead you, especially to distract you of what's really going on in this southern Midwest state. All right, but other than that. Maya, how you doing? I'm just speaking before I go into this last little, like I said, I had some other things I wanted to talk about, especially Miss, your former the wife of 2 presidents ago, how she said she's afraid of her girls getting out there and get pulled over. Well, first of all, they're not your girls. All right. And, you know what? Let me do that real quick. I just want to just address one thing real quick, because they don't realize how they're putting the lives of officers at risk when they do stuff like this. Now, let me see. Did I create a folder for her? Yeah, I did. There it is. And I hope I put her video in there. Now, this right here kind of upset me, but we'll talk about that in just a sec. I'm gonna let this video rock real quick, and you tell me what you think.
We also spoke with Mrs. Obama about some of the other challenges facing America. We asked about her reaction to the jury's decision to find Derek Chauvin guilty for the death of George Floyd. After the verdict, she and former President Obama released a statement saying the jury in Minneapolis did the right thing. She told us what compelled them to speak out after that critical decision.
The goal is to let leaders lead, but in certain times people, look to us often, well, what do you think? How do you feel? And we know that while we're all breathing a sigh of relief over the verdict, there's still work to be done. And so we can't sort of say, great, that happened, let's move on. I know that people in the Black community don't feel that way, because many of us still live in fear as we go to the grocery store or worry about walking our dogs or allowing our children to get a license. I mean, just imagine.
Aren't your girls driving?
They're driving. Yeah. But every time they get in a car by themselves, I worry about what assumption is being made by somebody who doesn't know everything about them. The fact that they are good students and polite girls, but maybe they're playing their music a little loud. Maybe somebody sees the back of their head and makes an assumption.
First of all, it's bad, photoshopping and everything like that, but let me let them keep on.
Like so many parents of Black kids have to, that the innocent act of getting a license puts fear in.
Now you can see here, and I'm not sure if you're looking at this on your phone or your computer, all right, or you can transfer it to your TV. Now, anyone that does any type of film editing can actually see. Let me see if you can make my mouse see. You just look around the edges of her head, and every slight movement, the slightest movement, you can see a green screen behind her. And yes, you can actually do this where you can blur the background. This is a depth of field. It's done in camera work, photo cameras and video cameras. You can do this. This is called depth of field, and you can actually blur the background. But it is you can tell that this is photoshopped.
our hearts. So I think we have to talk about it more, and we have to ask our fellow citizens to listen a bit more and to believe us and to know we don't want to be out there marching. I mean, all those Black Lives Matters kids, they'd rather not have to worry about this. There's
Black Lives Matters kids, and nothing against white folks. Really, I have nothing against them because I parents didn't raise one racist bone in my body, but I would say 8 out of the 10 people that are marching especially in some areas, are white. Black Lives Matter is not donating any of that money to the people who really need it. You have all of these places where children have been killed with stray bullets, gang violence, and all this other stuff. If those lives matter, how come you're not helping those people? But we did this back in the day where you looked up, the website to that, and it directed you straight to your president donation to his campaign. It went straight to his campaign. But I'm not going to get into the technical, the nuances of where this money was going. But let me let her finish. There's only a couple of seconds left on this.
into the streets because they have to. They're trying to have people understand that we're real folks. And the fear that many have of so many of us is irrational. And it's based on a history that is it's sad and it's dark. And it's time for us to move beyond that.
Yeah, we are being used. This is AB. This is where I got it from. And if you don't follow ABL, you need to follow ABL. ABL is one of the good guys. He puts out a lot of good information, and he actually gives his opinion on a lot of things, and he recommends all of that. Him and also Officer Tatum. I follow him as well. Officer Tatum kind of pisses me off sometimes with some of his views, but at the same time, I still follow him. I support him. I buy his equipment and buy his stuff and everything like that. So same thing with ABL. So appreciate that, guys. And anyway, back to this. Now, I brought that up because I was actually going to do a show on racial profiling. Now, the officers in every state are being profiled now because of an agenda. Now, one thing I wanted to bring up, I wanted to show you guys how profiling is a myth. Yeah, racial profiling is a myth, and I'm going to show you why. And I'm going to show you a couple of things. See if I can find it. And then we're going to get into the bond stuff. All right, so just bear with me. I want to show you something. All right, I want to show you guys something real quick. Just bear with me on this one, right? All right, this is a map of Houston right here. Now I'm going to show you a couple of areas where I patrolled when I was working. All right, so if I would zoom in a little bit, let's start. The first place I went to was One's district. Okay, One's district is right here. Now, this area, River Oaks, is predominantly rich folks. When I say rich, these are rich folks. This is the area where most of the rich folks live at. This is near Memorial Park. Memorial Park was named after World War II soldiers, and they dedicated this park to them. Matter of fact, it used to be a military base here. Camp Logan used to be located here. I wrote a screenplay on that, on Camp Logan. And anywhere it go, that's where in Memorial Park. Anyway, this is near the museum district. And you got the medical center that's like right here in this area right here. But that's one of the areas. Hold on, let me get back to it. That's one of the areas where I worked at. Yes, and that's a different class of people that you pull over in that area. And one of the things about that area is the fact that is the fact that everybody there know every politician. So every time you pull somebody over, oh, I know Mayor such and such. I know this person here. Well, the one thing I used to say was, well, tell Mayor or whoever it was at the time, tell them that you're speeding. Sign this ticket, please. Tell them that you ran this red light. Sign this ticket, please. Or tell them that you did this wrong. Sign your ticket. Sign this ticket, please. And I never had to deal with anything in the courts, right? Because I knew I was right in those situations. And they most of the time, I didn't have to go to court on that because they had the money to pay it. They would mail in the payment and everything like that. All right. Now, over here, if I move a little farther down over here, where am I at? Okay. Now, this area right here, all this area right here, this is what we call Gulfton ghettos. This is Gulfton is right there in the center of it. Now, this is 19G10's beat. Now, in this beat right here, I would say 80% of the people in this area right here are Hispanic. Now, I'm pointing this out for a reason, because when they say that we are racially profiling, if I'm working this area right here where 80% of the people are Hispanic, what ticket am I going to be writing? Somebody help me out. Who going to be the predominant race to get the most tickets in that area if I work this area right here? And this, like I said, this area right here is predominantly Hispanic. This is one of the areas where I worked. It's going to be Hispanic people. And people they right here in this area, like I said, this is predominantly Hispanic. But if I turn in 20 tickets, I would actually say at least 15 to 18 of those tickets are going to be Hispanics. Would I be considered to be racially profiling people? All right. This is where I said it's a myth. They're using it for an agenda. All right. Now I'm going to keep going. Another area where I patrolled at, if you lived in Houston and you heard it, especially follow some of the music down here, on Fondren. It's one of the biggest songs out there, right? Well, Fondren is over here in this area. Yep, I need to go down a little farther. Come on. There you go. All right. Now, there's Fondren right here. It goes right here. This is Fondren. The station used to be located right in here. It's a little shopping center. It moved. But this area right here, this is Fondren right here. This area here is predominantly black. So if actually it's black and Hispanic, because there's a corner here is a section where it's a high volume of Hispanics. And there's also a section here where it's a high volume of Asian. But that's mainly on Bel Air, which I patrol that area too, but I'll get to that in a second. But if I write a ticket in this area right here, it's predominantly black. So who's going to get the tickets here? It's going to be predominantly black in that area. Am I racially profiling? No, I'm working my beat. And it just so happens that this section here is predominantly black. And like I said, there's some smatterings, a smattering of Hispanics and Asians in this area, but it's predominantly black. Now, if I want to go, like I said, Asian area, I actually go right here. Look at this. And I'm going to show you and look at and read it. What does it say right there in the middle of the screen? What does it say right here? Let me zoom in a little further. What does it say right there? It says Chinatown. And in that area, when I work this area right here, this is 19G 60s. This is 19G 60s beat. And when I work this area right here, right off this main street right here, it's predominantly Asian. Now you have regular residential homes right here, but up here it's mainly Asian business districts, and basically on this side of the freeway. And well, this is the Beltway right here, but on that side, yeah, they're dominating. They're dominating Bel Air from pretty much from right here all the way down. Any ticket that I wrote there is going to be predominantly Asian. Never had too much a problem with them. But here's the thing that trips you out about Asian. I did a robbery that just occurred in that location. They didn't want to close their business down. They wanted to keep the business going. The store was robbed. They didn't want to close down. And they just wanted to work around me to taking a report. And I'm like, okay, what about fingerprints or anything like that? Because they're contaminating my scene. But anyway, it go. Yeah, I just wanted to point something out. That's it. I know I'm going a little long, and really that's just me getting defensive about police officers and stuff like that. But yeah, forgive me for going on that little tangent. But I just really wanted to focus in on something just to let you know that there is no such thing as profiling. Now, they can go to any officer working any area and say that officer is actually profiling. Yes. If I'm working in a predominantly Hispanic area, all my tickets are probably going to be Hispanic. All right. And it's going to look bad to the public because they don't know exactly what's going on. They don't know how this thing actually works. But to police officers out there, they know, I'm not racially profiling everybody. All right. I work the area where the predominant race is. It just so happened to be this, or it just so happened to be that. And some of the worst people I had to deal with were the rich people, believe it or not. Yeah, I got attitude from some of the people out there, and especially in the black community. They'll tell you some stuff like, "Oh, you could be doing something a lot better. Shouldn't you be working somewhere? Shouldn't you be robbing? I mean, checking these robberies and all this other stuff." Well, how you think we find them? Yeah, anyway. Let me go back to this, the letter we got. Now, I'm going to read her. I'm just going to point out something on hers. Let me see. I got to find it first. All right. There's one thing I want to point out because her letter don't look anything like mine. And it also says something in here that I find quite intriguing. All right. First, her letter says that they didn't find any bonds in her name. But it also says now it also says it's a birthright scam, which it isn't, because the only thing you submitted in the form was an inquiry. But it says it in my letter that it was an inquiry. Watch. But it says here, I'm trying to find the part I wanted to. Oh, it says right here, contrary to what you have been told or any videos that you have seen, your birth certificate is not a security, and therefore there are no government funds which you are entitled to because you were born in this country. All right. And they say this is considered a birthright scam. Now, it's not a scam when you submit an inquiry. Now, that's what hers said. Right. Now, mine said, this is what mine said, and I'll show it to you. And like I said, I'm not going to be making it up. Now, I have a couple of things blacked out, meaning my should have blacked out my customer number, but I didn't. Black out my customer number. You got it now if you got it. So anyway, go. Now, that customer number, and I'm going to let you read it. It says the record of the series of the EE, and the I savings bond issued in 1974. They were filed by the issue date and the denomination and all this other stuff. But it says right here, this letter refers to your recent transaction and or inquiry, right? And they pretty much thanked me for inquiring to see if I actually have any bonds. This is what I got. But the letter that she got is totally different than the one I got. You see how short mine is, right? Now, I'll show you how long her letter is just on the image if I can. Let me see if I can show it on my camera. I'm gonna show you. I don't want y'all to see who it is, but you can see how long hers is, right? Can you see that? You can kind of get an image of how long hers is, and hopefully, like I see, hopefully you didn't see any of it, but I try to black it out as best I can. Well, take it back farther as I can. Anyway, hers is formatted differently, and everything's a lot different than hers, and they make reference to videos, which I'm pretty sure they're talking about my video. And in my video, so her letter is a little longer than mine, but at the same time, I have three. I can say informants. I'm not going to say where they work, in which they are influential people that know I'm on the right path. But here's the key. We know, and we did a powwow earlier today and discuss this and how we're gonna ratchet down the information on the site until we get this thing lined up properly, because the keys are not working to open the door. We got one lock open and there's still 6 other locks that we have to get unlocked. All right. So 1 or 2 of the locks are already unlocked, and the keys that we have are not working, and we're resubmitting forms. I know JD resubmit his, and I'm going to resubmit mine. It's a couple of things we came up with, which were common denominators in this entire thing. One thing is we're going to wait until this election thing is settled, and then you will be able to. Yeah, it was proof. It's proof of all of this stuff. Yeah, so somebody says it's proof of the cabal system kicking in. Yeah, you're right, because the letters are different, and that tells me something. Because with the letters being different, that tells me, okay, you're picking and choosing what you're going to say. Because this was the third letter that I read between mine, that one I just showed you, and someone else, and their letter is totally different than all three of these are different, but we all submitted the same letter, the same request, the same inquiry. All right, pay attention to what's going on. Now, according to our sources, this is 100% legit. Everything we're doing is legit. The form we submitted was an inquiry. Now, if you read the chats, like John does, and every once in a while I go through it and I try to skim through as many of the chats as I can, because I'm answering a lot of other questions, and a lot of people have called me several times. All right, and we've discussed some things, and I try to be available to everyone. I really do. Now, like I said, if it gets to the point to where it gets too bad, yeah, I would turn that part of it off, and and won't talk to everyone. But everyone has been real nice, sweet, welcoming in their conversation and everything like that. So I don't have any problems with it whatsoever. And so, yes, I will answer the phone as best I can. If I don't recognize the number, forgive me. Shoot me a text or something like that. Let me know, hey, this is such. I'm following you here. Can you, I'm trying to call you. All right. So, yeah, I agree, Copper Goddess. Yeah, somebody is. Anyway, it goes. I'm reading this stuff, but check this out. This is one of the things right here I thought was strange. Let me see if I can get back to it. Yeah, this part right here. Now, this is the part right here I thought was very, very strange. Okay. Now, this sheet came with it. I'm not sure if those who got letters back, responses back, let me know if you got this back. Now, in this letter, it basically says if I want to continue or try to resubmit or anything like that, to include this. Now, this is a customer number right here, and this is also a barcode. It's a case number and a barcode. It's a barcode right here. All right. Now, everything they're saying here, the correspondence in this, I can reply to this, and I have to submit this form with it so they can track it down. So they actually have a folder set up for me. In this, and I really think that they're going to hold that place marker for me especially if we figure out the right rhythm to this, if we figure out the right combination to open the safe. This is for us personally. Now, there is no criminal intent on this, anything. This is all in accordance to Executive Order 13968. 13968. And normally when I talk about the bonds, I always would read it, but I didn't pull it up. So I would always read it just to, I'm gonna pull it up anyway and let just to bring it up, just to make sure people understand this is what we're talking about. But this is where we're at right here in this section here. You say by law, the savings bonds never expire. Now, right here, it says above and beyond any legal requirements applicable to this savings bond, the department should take all the appropriate actions to make sure that those Americans who invested in the future and success of this country have the opportunity to receive the remuneration to which they're lawfully entitled. And like I said, all we did was submit an inquiry based on our Social Security number. Now, like I said, is it true? Well, that's the reason why we submitted this, because we wanted to make sure, hey, if it's true, did this happen? And the first thing they want to do is hit you with something to make you feel like, oh, it's a threat. They're doing this, they're doing that. They're threatening you. Or it's a scam. It's a scam. Well, you submitted an inquiry to find out if it is or not. They're going to respond with, no, it's a scam, but there's nothing here under your name. But I believe that some things are going to be exposed in the next few weeks with everything that we're doing now. And, we want this movement we want people to wake up and enter this movement to know how people are actually, using us and our birth certificates and Social Security numbers and all that other stuff. But other than that, that was it, you guys. I wanted to show you that. And like I said, I'm an open book. I wanted to show you that. I'm not going to hold nothing back and not tell you what's going on and have everyone out there doing something. And I'm not telling you what's happening with me. Yeah, I got that letter back, and so a couple of other people got theirs back as well, and resubmitting and all that other stuff. So I think that we're going to resubmit, but we're going to take our time doing it because we want to wait until the smoke clears on the top job spot. And we'll put it that way. Everything that's going on down there in Arizona. And we should find something out by the end of the week. And me, John, and the group of us, we are really doing everything. I mean, we are burning the candles from both ends to try to figure out what is this that we're doing. And pray for us, because we know that the deep state is really not just going to roll over. They're going to continue. They're going to threaten us. They're going to do all of this. They are. Especially when we're innocently doing something that was well within our rights. I mean, if they can challenge the former president for something that was constitutionally his right to challenge the selection process, which he didn't, relinquish any power. And, the one thing that they did was condition everyone in the United States was, we have a safe and quiet and peaceful transfer of power. No, what they were trying to do was they were trying to prep you to accept what they did. The choices are here. As you see, our guy won. So everybody have to, it should be a peaceful transfer of power. Well, when the last administration won, Hillary still is upset at that. She never gave a peaceful transfer of power. Not once did she do that. But anyway it go, yeah, like John said, just watch the National Treasury. It tells you in there. And the same thing, I think Michael Jordan even said it once. He said it also. And it's out of 2,000 times to invent the light bulb, 1,900 of it, he said 2,000 times he learned how to do it wrong 1,999 times. And that's with anything else. You're going to learn how to do it wrong first before you learn how to do it right, which is fine. Because that's how you learn your lessons. But you have to learn. You have to be aware of the lessons you're learning. And that's what we're doing right now. We're getting it wrong. Yeah, we're getting it wrong. We're getting it wrong. But our goal is to get it right. And we're going to pass on the information when we get it right. But I will tell you this. I am going to slow down on information I give you because we got some people that's logging in. You ought to read some of the messages, the chats that I get. It's on there. I only erased one of them, and I said, you know what? No, I'm no longer going to erase it because I want people to see this. I want people to see how idiotic some people can be. Now, some of these people are getting paid to go onto people's sites and put this stuff out and say bad things and show negativity. Some of these people that they decide, okay, I'm going to take this $15 an hour and jump on his page to say some bad things. Some people are doing that. And you also have these negative Nancys and Doubting Thomases out there, right? And these people are jumping on here to do that, which is perfectly fine because you're going to always do that. Now, I said it once before and I'll say it again. I can stand out in the middle of downtown Houston and hand out $50 bills. There are going to be people to walk up and say, how come you're not giving out $100 bills? Regardless of whatever I'm doing, regardless of the good I'm giving away with the $50 bills, someone's going to come up and complain that I'm not giving out $100 bills. And that's everywhere. Yeah, I don't have a Telegram page, but I follow a couple of people on there. I think it's called We the News, and you have to submit it. I'm trying to figure out if they want us to go in there, so just submit it through there. Those are the ones I follow in there because I have so much going on. It's hard for me to maintain anything else. So Instagram is where I am. I do follow people on Telegram and in that group, and I try to jump on there as much as I can. Yeah. Some lady, I don't know who she is or anything like that, but you know what though? I embrace you. That's the only thing I can do. I can only embrace you and love you. I don't care if you're negative and you feel like I'm wrong. Because Jesus basically embraced Thomas when he didn't know, and told Thomas, you don't think I'm real? Here, put your hand in this hole that was caused by the nail that went through my hand. Here it is. Check out my stomach. Check out my ass. Now you just look at me and John. Check out our scars. We're taking some scars over here. And we're doing this for the love of people. We're doing this for the love of passing information on because it's a blessing and we're trying to pass it on. But we are going to turn it back down. We're going to turn it down a notch for the simple fact that people don't know how to accept good knowledge because they want to be negative. They want to, they call me, I've been called names and everything. All right. Which is, hey, if that's all you know, if that's how you operate, then so be it. I don't operate that way. I don't. I'm only here to give as much knowledge as I can. And I want and I pray that everyone can actually get blessed from this whole thing. So the only thing I'm asking you to do, if you believe in this process and you believe that this situation is really happening, just stay on. Stay on the ride. Just stay on. Because when it comes and we actually crack the code on this thing, the people that are with us and still with us at the time will get first dibs on it. And you can just rock with us and go straight on to the bank. But this, and I don't think this includes the Jacera and the Sarah part of it either. I really don't. And I'm still looking for more information because according to Jacera, and correct me if I'm wrong, John, according to Jacera, you're looking at what, $125,000 a month, or is it a year? Anyway, that's what you're entitled to for the next 12 years. 130, I think it's something like 120 a month for the next 12 years. That's what you're entitled to. Are you going to get that? I don't know. I believe that the administration is going to be, take over like it's supposed to be. They're going to construct something to make it they don't want to make it that easy for people, because this country would not run, because you're going to have a bunch of lazy people around, going to the bank, cashing money and not even working. You can't go to the store. You want to go buy you some Gucci, but the Gucci store closed because they don't have any employees to work it. All right. Yeah. It's a dollar bill. It's just $100K a month. And you got people out there like you want to travel, where you don't have pilots that want to fly the plane to travel because, they got $100,000 a month. They don't have to work no more. All right. It says right here, $100K a month for 12 years. And like I said, I'm still looking for evidence of that. And like I said, me and John know that this is just basically, it's not hearsay, but it's hearsay. And we're still looking for documented proof of that. But just pay attention to what's going on, y'all, because this is something. This Sarah is real. Sarah, it's real. Now, if that's the truth, then yeah, I don't think everybody should be getting 124, but that's just me. But hey, if everybody's entitled to their money to get it at the same time. What this country is going to shut down. And see right there, he said I wouldn't work. Just kidding. No, you wouldn't. Trust me, you'll be retired because you don't have to get up and go to work. If you're getting $100,000 a month for the next 12 years, you're not going to go to work. Yeah, and that's not good. That's not good. And you want people to go to work and all this other stuff. Yeah. So yeah, just I don't know how they're going to do it. Personally, I think it should be like about 25 to 50 grand a year for the rest of your life instead of a month. For the next 12 years, how about going for the rest of your life? Divide it to about $50,000 to $25,000 a month. I mean, $25,000 a year, $50,000 to $25,000, because that will keep you at a job. At the same time, you get an influx of money at the beginning of the year that you'll be able to pay your bills, do what you need to do, and just to set yourself straight. And then, still go to your job. And he says, it's my money and I need it now. Yeah. And, but yeah. And I figured that, 25 to 50 grand a year is enough to keep a person working. And Droney, what's going on, man? That's enough to keep a person at work and keep them, keep them there, keep them honest and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm rambling on. I've been on for a little over an hour. How long have I been on? I got a timer on here somewhere. Where's my timer at? Yeah, an hour and 20 minutes. So that'll be it for today, you guys. My goal is to go live on Wednesdays and Monday and Wednesdays. I'm going to do my features on Monday. And I'm going to do, I'm probably going to do some more segments later on this month. I mean, throughout the weeks, I think I'm just going to do some recordings of shows and stuff like that. I'm starting to get back into the flow of things. I'm saving a lot of I have a lot of folders, just like I showed you earlier. This is my I'll have all of these folders right here from stuff that I'm working on. And just to give you guys a good show and everything like that. So I have one I want to talk about, this movie, which I'm going to expose a lot of stuff to, and I just wanted my numbers to get up high before they really start, demonetizing me, which I know they have, because I have yet to get paid on anything. So, and which I know I'm not going to get paid on it. But other than that, folks, that'll be it for tonight. I want everyone to like, subscribe, share, pass it on to a friend. This is not the end of what we're doing. And like I said, a lot of us are starting to get oh, I can do it that way. A lot of us are starting to get responses back. Let me see something. Yeah, a lot of us are starting to get responses back. So, and I believe everyone's response is going to be either the same, or either different or the same, but it's going to be the same type of response, basically saying we ain't got nothing. Okay, well, this is just step one. All right. So just be patient. We're working through it. We're trying to crack this code. So, and people think that I'm lying. No. And then, like I said, I showed it in my letter. It's an inquiry. This is an inquiry. They said, thank you for submitting this inquiry. But like I said, you have some people that's going to threaten you. You're going to feel as if they're threatening you when they're not. Just trust me. Okay. All right, folks. That's it for today. And I will talk to you guys later.